Lord willing, will be retiring within 7 months.
Yeah.
But we found this beautiful area in the Philippines. It's 1,500 square meters right on the beach.
Wait, let me digress. In the beginning, our agreement was, is this real? Is this really happening? Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. My name is Henny and this is my husband Ron. In today's video, we're gonna talk about retiring in the Philippines. Before we go any further, I just wanna take you back to our beginning. So 17 years ago, I met my husband, and before I said yes to our first date, my husband asked me if I know how to make lumpia, pancit, adobo, and all this Filipino food. So I'm thinking, is he just naming all this Filipino food to impress me? Because my experience with men in the past was they would say anything to impress me or to get a date with me. He shared with me that he would like to go to the Philippines and possibly someday move there. And I'm thinking, but you're not even Filipino and you're interested in living in the Philippines. I'm thinking, okay, what's up his sleeve, you know? So anyway, we went on our first date.
And she had a wonderful time.
I did.
I had a good time too.
So we had our first date, and then he asked me for a second date. And on our second date, he asked me again. He goes, have you ever thought of moving back to the Philippines and retire there someday? First of all, I didn't have it. That was not part of my plan. It didn't even cross my mind. Actually, I already made up my mind that I wasn't going to retire in the Philippines because my family's here. My siblings were born here, and surely they're not going to be retiring in the Philippines. And so I didn't know what to say to him. So I just actually, no, I didn't think of retiring in the Philippines because, you know, what would I do there? My job is here. And so I really didn't know what to say at this time. I was just like trying to figure out if, you know, what's the agenda? Like I said, the man that I met would say anything to impress me, right? And you ladies, you know what I'm talking about. Not all men, but
Supply.
okay. Wait, so I'm thinking, okay, this guy, I'm not sure what to think of him, you know. But at the same time, I was like, oh, how sweet, you know, how sweet. He's really trying to win my heart by saying all these things about the Philippines, about my culture. But to be fair, I did not detect any pretense or deception with him like I did with other guys. As a matter of fact, I sensed sincerity from the very beginning. I just thought that maybe he was just doing his due diligence and search up Filipino culture and food so he can, you know, come back to me and talk about it. But anyway, so that's on our second date. Okay, on the third date, now actually, wait, let me digress. In the beginning, our agreement was we would drive separately. I would drive my car, he would drive his car, and we would meet our date location. And so after a while, as I was talking to the Lord and asking him to give me peace and wisdom if I should ride in his car, the Lord made it really clear to me that it's okay now. I'm okay to go in his car. It's safe now. I'm safe. And so I did. And that was probably our fifth date because we mentioned to you guys a while back that we did not date for a long time. But this was probably on our fifth date. We were on our way home, and out of nowhere, my husband started singing Air Supply, and I'm like, gosh, pinch me. I'm like, is this real? Is this really happening? Is he really singing Air Supply? I grew up with Air Supply, and to this day, I still love Air Supply. And so when he started singing that, I was like, okay, he's not just impressing me. I mean, we've only known each other for a couple of weeks. He could not possibly memorize all the lyrics and started singing now. So I just fell in love.
Now she was convinced.
I fell in love, like, oh my, and he sings good. To me, he sings good. So, no, he does. And I said, oh Lord, is he the one? Is he the one, Lord? Oh my goodness, Lord, I don't want this to end.
No, I can't forget this evening or your face.
He won my heart. And, anyway, I just wanted to share that little piece of information with you guys. So let's hear it from my husband and let him tell us why I was wrong in my assumptions.
Well, many, many moons ago, my best friend was Filipino, and I loved basketball. Of course, he loved basketball, so we played basketball all day after school together. I became friends not only with him, but with his entire family. His dad I looked up to, he was a pastor, and they took me in as one of their own, and I was immersed in the Filipino culture. Instantly, when you walked into their house, you smelled wonderful, delicious adobo, pancit, lumpia, caldereta, whatever they were cooking. And I spent the night at his house more than I did at my house. So my mom always knew where to find me. But I was instantly drawn to the culture and really the closeness of their family. And I said, I would like that for myself someday. I love that close-knit family bond.
Yes.
And again, I love the tropical weather and the Filipino, just the culture, the food, the people. I wouldn't even mind learning the language someday. I think that would be super cool. But that's what really drew me to it, and I always wanted to go there. So there was no pretense, there was no hidden agenda. What you see is what you get. And my friend, he introduced me to like Air Supply and Michael Learns to Rock and just all of the classic rock that the Filipinos love to listen to and to sing karaoke. I'd sing karaoke at his house. It was just Filipino culture 101 on the deep end. So it was totally cool. So Lord willing, we'll be retiring within 7 months to a year.
Yes, Lord willing.
Lord willing.
So I went back to the Philippines in 2013, and this is after my husband has gone there two times?
I believe so.
2 times. And we purchased a...
Sorry.
He's got asthma.
Sorry.
He's not sick.
I'm not sick.
Yeah.
It's not
He's
COVID,
safe.
don't worry.
He's safe.
Yeah.
So you want to tell him about that purchase?
So we loved a certain area, and it was, I mean, who wouldn't want to live on the beach, right? I mean, if you were to live anywhere in the United States in beachfront property, it's going to cost you millions of dollars, right? But we found this beautiful area in the Philippines, which isn't far from her family. It's 1,500 square meters right on the beach. And it's a long story. God worked it out, but he blessed us with the money and we're able to pay cash for it. And here we are on the beach with nothing but coconut trees and water. And it's really cool too, because that little village, all the people who live around there, they're mostly fishermen. So they go fishing early in the morning with these nets and these boats, you know, they're long, thin boats, and they got the things on the side so they don't tip over. And they bring their catch in and they take it to the market every day, and they sell it at the market. But with our dirty kitchen outside, we can grill fresh fish every day and just chill, relax.
Yes.
What a dream, right? Just, I mean, I just can't think of anything better.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. I don't know. What do you think, hon?
Yeah, it's really a beautiful piece of property, and we're excited
Yes.
to plan and
Yes, and here's another thing that we thought about. So what is the best months to be over there in the Philippines? And if you're in the United States, where in the United States could you live where it's the best weather those other 8-9 months of the year. So if you're going to live there for 3 months, what is the best 3 months, and what area in the United States is going to complement that? So you don't want to go from, you know, from the frying pan into the fire. You want to be like, okay, let's say the Philippine, it's really nice November to January. And you want to pretty much get out of there after that because it's going to be sweltering hot. Okay, what state in the United States is going to complement that? And I thought of like Idaho, you know, parts of Nevada, I don't know, other places over there on the West Coast. So we're just praying about it and seeing how the Lord wants us to go forward and to develop this, because obviously it's going to take thought, it's going to take money, and we want the right people to work for us that are going to be trustworthy, and we want everything done legitimately. Like, we want real contractors, people who know how to do plumbing and electric. I don't want it done like Mickey Mouse, you know, duct tape and a bunch of wires hanging out and it just fall apart. I don't want anything, you know, sketchy. I don't want shoddy work. I want super duper sturdy, you know, stands up against, you know, typhoons and whatnot. I want it to be, you know, something we could pass on to our kids and our grandkids.
So tune in for more, because we're gonna be talking more about that and the plans we have. So thank you guys for being here, and hopefully we'll see you on our next video.
Stay tuned.
Yes, stay tuned.